was 2000. Plus minus 5 years, 1995 to 2005. Now that decade was golden. Rents were low. Opportunities were great. In other words, if you wanted to get a venue to do anything you want, to experiment, to black box, to play with spoken word, open mic, people were fighting over you. There was a renaissance in publishing, small press across the range. Today, property has spiked. Venues for experimentation of work have shrunk. You can't afford to rent it. Places can't afford to give you the space for free. Bookshops, which are important hubs for creative activities, certainly for writers, suddenly had to shrink or close. So you see, the space is shrinking, and there is no hinterland where we can run to the periphery. Pragmatism. The Singapore literary scene is very entrepreneurial, very organic, very opportunistic. Going out there, finding the people who would be interested in our work, or finding communities that are interesting to us to learn from. Celebrating the work we do, the human connection, making do with what we have. Celebrating the people we care about, who we know are doing the real work. That's also pragmatism. To rely on your network rather than on government funding. Now that's very pragmatic. I do see hope for the future. I don't necessarily see it here in Singapore. If you have to go somewhere else to do it and the work takes you elsewhere, you'll do it. Although we have the nice, glittery stuff, the infrastructure, the ecosystem is less important than it performs. But I'm encouraged. I teach at Yale and US, and the level of energy I see in people who want to do things, who are already doing things, young people, it's way beyond what I had when I was that age. I felt alone, but they no longer feel alone. It wasn't the case in my time. We had to make it up. But the human energy, again, is there. Now, you have to understand where the level of energy and the level of dynamism and vibrancy come from. It doesn't come from money. It doesn't come from infrastructure. It comes from the love we share, the work we do. The only thing I can celebrate is this sense of community law. What else is there? So, for Singapore Inside Out, I said, make a wall of Singapore books. Make a wall of Singapore books. You line them up against the wall. You make a wall out of them. And immediately, you get a sense that there is something going on. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to the real Elvin Pang, who happens to be here